In this video, I'm going to be showing you the steps that I take to give my client a medium taper while blending into the dreads on top. I'm going to start off by going and setting in my first initial bald line at the back in the nape area, just setting that line with the lever completely closed with my T45, and I'm just being consistent, keeping in mind the area of space that I have to utilize in order to keep this blend consistent and spread out so that the blend is more noticeable. And here I'm going in with the lever completely open, going up a full inch, just because I have enough space to do so on the neck area, the nape area. I just want to be able to spread this blend out. My next step, I want to go in with the lever completely closed with the one guard, and I'm noticing that slowly but surely I'm approaching the top of this blend, and so I'm knowing that my next guard is going to be my 1.5 guard, because ideally I want to spread it out as much as possible, but I still want this fade to be low enough to look like it's actually cut. I don't want to go to a 2 guard because I feel like it'll leave too much bulk at the top. And so I'm getting right into the 1.5 right here with the lever completely closed, and that's going to be the last guard that I use. I'm just using the heel of the blade, being sure to stay away from the dreads, just to ensure that I don't go up too high and start cutting into the roots of his dreads and eventually causing them to fall out. And so as you can see here, the part that I'm using, the tip of the blade, I'm not going up as high, and when I do go up high enough, I'm using the heel of the blade just to scoop out away from those dreads. And as you can see, I'm going over it multiple times just to make sure that it's to that one desired length, just so that I can clean this darkness up at the top as much as possible, because it's going to make that much of a difference. Then I'm going to drop down to the one guard again with the lever halfway this time, and I'm going to start nudging at the darkness at the top, slowly but surely, not going up as high, but just right under where I left off with the 1.5. Now I'm going to start erasing the darkness from the top, maintaining it, but slowly but surely taking out the bottom lines. In order to get that smooth look, you always want to keep another utensil in your hand, another tool or implement in your hand, just so that you could comb or brush the hair back down to its natural position. In this case, I'm using a comb. And as you can see, I'll go in and I'll hit it and then comb it back down to where the hair will naturally want to lay, just so that I can notice any dark spots. In my next step, I want to go in with the lever completely closed with the 0 guard or the 0.5 guard. And now I'm going to start working my way lower in this fade with a lower guard, and with the lever completely closed, I'm taking off way more hair. So I'm going to play it safe and start lower and work my way up if needed. If I go any higher than this, I'm going to open the lever up just so that I can take off less hair and just be safe. However, as you can see, I'm still combing the hair as I'm going, and as you can see, the hair growth pattern is a little different, so I got to hit it a different way, different angle, just in order to get it completely against the grain. However, I'm still staying consistent using the edge of the blade, not too much pressure, and now I'm dropping back down to the no guard with the lever halfway here, and I'm just nudging at that line. As you can see, I start under the line and I flick through the line just to knock out that line in between. So I started closed and I worked my way open as my next guideline. Now I'm halfway in between both of those, and as you can see, it's slowly lightening up that very bottom line. However, I may have to go a little higher just in order to create a consistent blend throughout, where the half guard could not take out any hair or any line. Now I'm going to use that lever halfway with no guard at all, just nudging at that very bottom line, staying on the edge of my blade, using light strokes and being sure to hit it against the grain to make sure that I'm slowly but surely taking this line out, not rushing anything, understanding that I have systems in place in order to make sure that I can get this as consistent as possible. And wherever I need to, I'll open and close up the lever. Like, you'll see this line is slowly coming out. However, I'm still going to have to drop down and close up the lever fully just to completely erase this line, because whatever I put the line in is what I'm going to take it out with. And as you can see, I'm working at it here. However, the levels of detail and the pressure that you use is important in order to maintain consistency through your fade. Here I'm going in with the same exact steps. I'm going to go in with the lever completely closed and setting my initial first guideline that's going to set this taper up for the rest of the consistency throughout it. Here I'm going in with the lever completely open, going up about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Lever completely closed with the one guard here, and I'm understanding the density on the side and understanding how his hair is working. Knowing that I have my systems in place, I'm going to use my 1.5 guard lever completely closed here. That's going to be the very top of this taper on this side again as well. Understanding to be light just because of the density. Here I'm going with the grain just so that I could play it safe and knock it all down to that one desired length while still maintaining consistency throughout this without taking it too high. Here I'm going in with the lever completely closed on my 0 guard, my 0.5 guard. I skip the 1 guard and I drop all the way back down to the 0 guard only because I can see that the density is already leaving a blended look without having to go through all of the guards again. Here I'm dropping back down to no guard at all, and I'm just nudging at the very bottom because I slowly want to maintain my darkness at the top, but slowly take out the very bottom line. And so now I'm doing that with the corner of the blade, just maneuvering through this small space, allowing myself to control this taper 100%. This is my first time cutting this client right here. It's a brand new client, and as you can see, I'm using the raking motion just to lightly smooth out that area. Here I'm going in the same exact way, same exact steps, and just follow along to see if you can keep up with the steps that I'm taking. This client is new, like I said. However, this cut did not take me long at all. He only wanted a haircut, no facial hair or anything like that. Dreads on top, as you can see, and it's really just 3 tapers and a lineup. And so once you get your format set up to where it needs to be, you don't have to really overthink or get in panic mode when haircuts like this come around. And when you're doing it long enough, you understand the difference between certain haircuts and understanding that your systems are in place for you to stick to one main strategy at all times in order to maneuver through haircuts where you get new clients and different hair textures and densities. You still have something to fall back on and understand and know how to move throughout these. As you can see how his hair texture is and the density of it is not as full. However, that doesn't mean that he can't get a blurry taper. And so with the same exact systems that I utilize, I can skip a step or two and still just be able to pull off a clean taper. But I gotta understand that I have to have something to fall back on in order to maintain a consistent, efficient workflow for myself in order to not panic whenever I get a new client. And so we're having great conversation and first time meeting him, cool guy. And I don't want him to ever think that like he's in a bad place because I'm scrambling around his head. I don't want him to think that I just cut his dreads off by going too high on the back or the top of his head. And so I'm just being comfortable and controlling his haircut, controlling the conversation, and just being able to execute at a high level in a place where I'm just meeting this guy. He's just meeting me, but he know that he's in good hands. He found my services through online posting on social media. And so he checked me out, and from there, he got a great experience. And so you just want to be able to execute on a high level in order to not be false advertising while still taking on different haircuts, whether they're difficult or simple. You still want to be able to have systems in place in order to maintain structure throughout your workflow and your workspace. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers here. And if you would, just hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be notified when the next video drop, but also help push this channel into the algorithm and allow other people to see it, because 80% of you guys are watching these videos without even subscribing. And if you are enjoying it, why not take the time now to just hit that subscribe button? A lot of you guys leaving comments and feedback on these videos. I'm very much appreciative of that, and I respond to everybody. If you like, feel free to comment down below, leave me constructive criticism or any tips or ideas or tricks that you use or would like to get better with, or wherever you are in your career, just let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to respond and reply and help you if I can. And if anybody else could help you, feel free to join in or help somebody else. This environment right here is for everybody to be able to express freely with no judgment. We all in here getting after it and going hard in this industry. If you are not in a place where you feel like you going hard or you don't know what to do, just let somebody know, and we probably can help you. Somebody else may be going through something you going through. Feel free to let it be known, and we can help each other. If you ever discouraged and feel like you should ever be further than where you are, just know and understand we all had to start from somewhere. We all had to start at some point, and nobody was just great at doing this. And so at a point, we all had to go through a teaching place, a teaching moment. I still learn through life and be a student to everything in my life, just so that I can understand that there's always room for improvement. You can never just be perfect, but you could always execute on a high level. And until you could keep achieving higher, you got to get an understanding of what it is you need to do better with. And so you got to be real and reflect. And so I reflect a lot. I maintain a consistent reflection on a daily, just so that I can make sure that I'm not slouching or sliding back or drifting away from getting after my goals and achievements. If I want to get something done, I'm gonna make sure that I get it done, or get around somebody who's gonna be able to get the answer to me. And just so that I can maintain a consistent growth in my life. I don't really want to just be coasting through the world. I want to be able to set up a future for myself in order to maintain a consistency with elevation, and the people around me to elevate, as well as my family and my close loved ones. Funny enough, barbering has allowed me to grow in so many areas of my life other than just cutting hair. So I'm allowed to be able to speak on growth, because growth is mandatory when you learning something new and you want to be able to execute at a high level. It's frustrating in the beginning. It's not always easy, but at the same time, if you keep going and you keep sticking to it, as cliche as it may sound, you mandatory. You obligated at that point to get better. You gotta do good, because nobody's stopping you. Nothing is stopping you. Can't nothing get in your way. And if you find any obstacle or anything that you think may take you out, that's just a idea in your mind that you smaller than what it is that you facing, and that's just not true. As you can see with the C cups here, I'm at the top, then I go to the bottom and find the darkest point, the fullest point, and then I work my way from the bottom to the top, and I connect it all in the middle just to make sure that I'm creating reference points for myself, just to create a consistency throughout this whole C cup. As you can see, I use the word consistency a lot. I'm using the consistency a lot, because not only am I consistent in barbering, I'm consistent in areas in my life that I never thought I could be, only because I kept failing. And as you can see, just even over the career of my YouTube career, you can see the track record. I started and stopped and started and stopped. It wasn't always consistent, but at a point in my life now, I'm in a place where I'm consistent in everything I'm doing. Everything I say, I'm consistent with it, and I stand on what I say I'm gonna do. And I'm just putting up the reps to make sure that I got the evidence to back it, the proof. And so the confidence is there. It's not always motivation. It's discipline. I've just been consistent enough in order to know that I can do what I said I'm about to do. And I'm gonna get it done every time. As you can see with the front lineup, I set in the vertical bars first, and then I work my way from the middle and work my way out to the top of the vertical bar, just connecting it, playing connect the dots in order to make sure that this frame, this outwork is laid to a consistency to where everything lines up how it needs to be. And so I set the foundation right. As you can see, I'm gonna keep going over the front line just to make sure that it's consistent all the way through, and just cleaning up every overhanging hair that you can possibly clean up before I go on with the razor work. When doing razor work, you just want to angle the razor at a 45-degree angle, stretch the skin with the opposite finger, and pull it back to the natural line, the natural position, in order to get it crispy and clean up any extra overhanging hairs and cut the hairs as low as possible while keeping it clean and overall sealing the deal on the lineup. I'm trying to tell you, if you don't know how to use a razor, you're doing yourself and your clients a disservice. And so you should get some reps in and practice how to use this razor, only because it takes the haircut to that much of a difference. It takes it that far. In the game, you understand sharpness and preciseness. This right here is next level precision. So if you're a young barber and one of your goals is to get better with the razor, your homework is to go ahead and get some practice, get some reps in with this, because you can't be scared for but so long. And at some point, it's just going to be you versus you. And that's all it is in life. At some point, you just got to realize that you can't keep making excuses, can't keep blaming people around you or the circumstances of your environment. This is the final cut. If you like this video, be sure to like this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you like or don't like about this video. Please feel free to subscribe. Again, if you have not already, turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified whenever I drop. Again, my name is Kale, and I'll catch you in the next one.